January Capricorns, I feel like they're very pick-me. They yearn for attention.
So
about Aquarius, that
quickie,
they
shit.
are the center of attention without wanting to be the center of attention.
Welcome to another episode of the Not Your Average
Aunties
podcast. Cheers, ladies. And
Cheers.
Welcome to our special guests, C-A-I-T-L-I-N. Hey,
Correctly.
C-A-I-T-L-I-N. Get it? C-A-I-T-L-I-N.
Period.
Woo! Period.
Yes.
Period. Thank you guys for having me on.
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
Of course. I had to come, share my little expertise.
We know you love this topic. You're so passionate about it.
Absolutely.
And we would love to hear your thoughts on it. So,
Yes.
today we're talking about astrology and how does it
And dating.
goes with dating.
Little twisty twist.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, and the real question is, number one, everybody on this panel, do y'all believe in that
Do you
shit?
believe in it?
I do.
Yes. I do follow.
Yeah, you?
I just think that the things that are said about the different zodiac signs are very characteristic of some of them, but I think sometimes they can go across. Like you can't say a Scorpio is very sexual and then be like, oh, a Pisces is semi. Just as an example. I think
that's
they
the kicker.
all are.
The kicker is depending on what month you're born in.
Oh, so tell
It
us.
varies. I really feel like each zodiac, obviously they split between different months. So depending on what month you're born in, it shows a different personality type for that zodiac
So
sign.
you said October Scorpio versus a November Scorpio.
The November Scorpio is more known to be sexual. And in my personal findings, I feel like that's true. Like I feel like each month has a different type of personality. Like even when it comes to Capricorns, I have a lot of January Capricorn friends, and we act completely different. Like there's no similarities, but we get along well. So you can get
you're
along.
December and they're January.
Yeah.
Got it, yeah.
We can get along, but I feel like they have a different personality type. Like I've been known to not get along with January Capricorns because of how they act.
How do they act? Tell us.
I feel like they're very pick me. Some of them,
When you say pick me,
like they yearn for attention.
okay.
Ooh, tell us how you feel about it.
It's
That's
my
so
turn to touch
centered.
the elevator button, not your turn, my turn.
Okay.
Yeah, they're very
remember that
attention
time, too.
seeking without. I don't think they realize that they're attention seeking, but they typically like to be the center of attention.
I find some Virgos to be that way too. That's what I'm saying. Like it's like
I think that would be dependent on the month.
a little bit.
Truly, I'm telling you, the month it varies
And for sure,
personality
no, for
wise.
sure. I think also time, depending on the timing of your birth in the month as well. All
That's
that.
why whenever you do your when you do a deep dive into your zodiac, you have to know like the time you were born, like AM, PM, specific time, the coast you were born on.
No,
Like-
I didn't know about that.
To find out a little bit more deeper, because a lot of people just know they're like typical sign, but a lot of people are now venturing out to like, oh, what their big three is, which is their sun, their moon, and their rising.
Okay.
And then there's like houses and all that stuff. I'm not that deep into it.
Apparently,
There's
she
a lot more
is.
to
No, I don't know. I know my big three. I know what the big three is. Everything else under that lost me. Because it's very detailed.
Detailed, yeah.
Like it's literally going by the stars. Literally, astrology is very real. So I don't know
believe it.
everything, but I know a good amount to kind of read people.
So
Okay.
I don't know. The reason why I still question it, right? Because I have Scorpio friends. I have two very
Well,
good.
first define. Are you a define
I'm a
your
Scorpio.
sign?
I'm a Scorpio.
You should do that.
Yeah.
Float on.
Float on. Hey,
Okay, so
my name is Jay, and I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah, I know.
No, you're supposed to say Scorpio. And my name is Jay.
Okay.
I thought y'all was about to
Scorpio.
go into Tyrese.
And my name is Jay.
Anyways,
Anyways,
Go ahead.
I got it all messed up. Anyway, so I know the song, but like, listen.
It's okay.
So I'm a Scorpio, November 21.
Okay.
And I have two friends I have a couple of people who actually born the day before me. And I find that while we do have similarities, and this could possibly not necessarily be, because I feel like it's not just the zodiac sign. I feel like it's all some of the things that you mentioned, but I also feel like it's upbringing, environment, families, all that kind of stuff. Because my friends were far more vocal, less of an introvert than I was.
Right.
Like they spoke up for themselves and defended themselves a lot sooner than I did.
You did.
I started to do that later, and literally our birthdays are a day apart.
Now, my question to you is: you did mention your upbringing. Were they brought up in a scenario where they could have that opportunity over you having the opportunity?
I don't know. So one of my friends, specifically your godmother, we grew up in the same street. She had a larger family in terms of immediate siblings. Like we both have large families, but she has like immediate siblings. Like I don't want to say the number, but anywhere between like 6 and 10. I'm one of 3.
Right.
Okay.
So
You don't have to fight to speak up.
possibly,
She did.
possibly.
What about
So-
the order of operations in terms of who's oldest versus
Yeah,
She's the youngest of her siblings. I'm the middle child.
That's a
of my
difference, though.
siblings.
There's a different thing.
I think a lot of things play into everybody's personality type generally, but when it comes to zodiacs in general, I feel like there's categorizations of each zodiac, and they all are very equivalent to who they are deep down inside. Because even with you saying you didn't speak up until you were a little bit older compared to your friends, it was innate in you to speak up. You just didn't have the need to do it because you weren't in a situation where you had to do it.
Yeah, I find that we're all nurturers. We're all like we have these mothering, like we try to mother a lot of people. So I find that to be seen as across the 3 of us. Meaning like my other girlfriend who, in addition to taking care of her own kids, she was willing to take care of her sister's kids because she just felt the need. Like, and you know our story when we take it in the world. But I feel like we do have that very similar.
I feel like there's just you got to break it down. When you break down like deeper level things, you'll start to see how a lot of the zodiacs are similar.
You mean from Aries to
from your own personal
my own zodiac sign.
like when you first for me personally when I meet a Capricorn, I don't really typically ask like what people's zodiac signs are until I feel like they could be a Capricorn. Typically, there's only been one situation where I didn't know this person was a Capricorn, but it was like we did get along pretty well, so it makes sense.
Do you think you can date a Capricorn?
I really would like to try.
Okay.
Only specifically because Capricorn males have like a really bad connotation on who they are. Like the males give Capricorns a bad name.
Oh.
So I want to. They just say that they're like trifling. They are like. They're very nasty with the way that they speak to people.
No, I don't know. They're direct but not nasty.
Yeah.
They're very
But
matter of fact.
Other people that are not in a Capricorn realm wouldn't understand that.
Because I feel like you guys.
I think Capricorns are very they're misunderstood. So like for a Capricorn male, they probably are super direct, and I would understand them being direct because I am a Capricorn. But like a Cancer per se would be like, oh, he is so mean to me. So it's like you have to understand the personality types.
Well,
generally
can be
very sensitive.
Very
known to be very
uber
sensitive.
sensitive.
But
And
the thing with
everything is a
Cancers
thing.
are also another factor to zodiacs is male or female.
That's correct. Absolutely.
Female Cancers, I find to believe very narcissistic.
For sure.
Female, you said?
Yes.
For sure.
They can also be another version of a pick-me when it comes to like trying to, I guess, be in a friendship with one. It's not an easy thing to do.
Female Cancer, I don't find her that way.
I have family members who
Is she a close one?
She's a close friend of mine.
Oh, well.
She has like a, I won't say she's not sensitive. She is sensitive, and probably more so now as she's getting older. But I don't feel like she has to be a part of the in crowd, like the pick me and this kind of stuff. Like she's more of a I don't give a.
Not that
the
version.
pick me, like if you're in a situation where you're like venting to this Cancer friend, and she somehow makes it about her with her own personal story or own personal experience with that same situation.
I experienced that one.
I feel like they do that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
But as far as Cancer men, I feel like they are more of the sensitive on the emotional side. Like they're not selfishly sensitive. They just don't know how to just not hold in their emotions. They are very expressive with their emotions. They're super sweet. I feel like Cancer women are selfishly emotional or sensitive.
They can be very envious though. Too.
Yeah.
Men are sensitive, but they're also possessive.
Yes.
The Cancer men?
I agree
Cancer
with
men,
that.
very possessive.
I never
It's
had the
kinda
experience
weird.
of dealing with one of them, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate because they're super sweet. They really are. It's just like, I don't know. They got to get their emotions in check, and it's good for them to be emotional. But it's like,
Because you need that. You need a woman
I'm gonna need
needs
to
a
pull
man
it together
to be,
eventually.
have some emotional intelligence, but not to the point where you feel
That just means you're not compatible.
You feel like they're a punk or something.
Well, for me personally, I don't think I would describe it as a punk.
Okay.
I think I just don't typically get along with people who are super uber emotional, and not that I don't get along. I just can't handle it because I'm not that way.
Do you think? Do you feel like they don't know how to take charge and lead because of that?
No, they take charge and lead.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
I would just say it's hard for me personally to deal with it because I'm not a clingy person. I don't like being around people like that. I don't like having to deal with all the emotions of somebody else when I don't even know what I'm doing over here.
Okay.
So Cancer men are a little bit too much for me. Love them from afar. Love them as friends.
Gotcha.
Relationships, I can't do it. It's too
Gotcha.
much.
Okay.
It's too much. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that way about
It's a lot.
Pisces.
With the emotions, or
Men-
like you can't
men.
be in a
Pisces
relationship.
are very emotional. You
Well,
say?
I don't know.
they're
No.
controlling.
Not the emotions piece.
They're
You
controlling.
can't
I
be in
think
a
that-
relationship.
No, I cannot be in a relationship with Pisces. They're too controlling. That's number one.
Yes.
They can be smart, but they're very controlling. And when they have a thought process and they're very convicted in their
That's
whatever
it.
that is,
Whatever they-
whatever they experience, and they drew up their own scenario. That's what it is, and they'll be
Very
hard pressed
delusional.
to.
Some may say.
You'll be hard pressed to shift their mind. Now, equally, even with women.
Pisces
Like I feel like I think with that whole with Pisces in general, like they're super smart. I can get along. We can have a good time, good friends, good time. But then it's a balance. You
I
know?
like Pisces women.
It's a very good time. Like I can have fun with them. I can have with
They
men.
are
I
a
can
good
have
time.
fun. We're a good time. They're intellectually we can speak and have a great conversation.
Right.
But I couldn't be in a relationship.
Yeah, been there, done that. Won't do it ever again.
Child.
But that's you. So Scorpio, that's you. And I think
Yeah, I'm a Scorpio.
I think for me, my reason, I'll ask your reason, but my reason is I am too carefree.
For us.
It's like when we talk about men's Pisces.
And I am. I feel like I am too.
I'm like, I don't want to be
I like
controlled
to
like
live
that.
like by the seat of my pants.
They
sometimes.
are.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm like, that was early. Like now, I'm getting a little more scheduled,
like-
regimented. But I think that has to do with like I realize I need a little bit more structure.
Yeah.
But I still like to just go when I want.
I would say
Yeah.
the Pisces controlling nature comes from their own insecurities that they don't know how to handle.
Don't say them.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
insecure.
I feel
Lord,
like that's
child.
really what is the problem with them. If they get therapy for that, they'll be okay. They just need a little therapy.
Is that men and women or just men?
I think
I've
both.
never had an issue with the Pisces women. I think me and Pisces women actually get along very well.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we're kindred spirits because every Pisces woman I know, like we, even if it's like a different age bracket, we be
Yeah.
No,
cat.
but they're good time.
Yeah.
I've never
they
had
have a time.
like an issue where it's like, I don't like that. Got to keep her at
I
bay.
think they're very emotional too, though, Pisces.
Yeah,
They can be.
I can.
Yes.
Yeah, but they're emotional in a way that they don't know how to handle it, so they like lash out.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So that's the only.
Yes. They go from here to here very
Unfortunately,
quick.
yeah.
My experience has been they go from
But
here to
I
here
can
very
say the same
quickly.
thing
Yeah.
for me, honestly. I either shut down or
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going off. It's 0 to 100.
I can attest to that.
It's 0 to 100. So
I've dated two.
dated 2 Pisces men. And
No,
how
flip-
did that go?
Yeah, how did that go?
You said
Speaking to the mic.
One of them.
She said dated.
Dated.
Yeah, how did that go?
Speaking to the mic.
Interesting because we're both, I guess, headstrong. My last relationship, he was a Pisces, so we always bumped heads, and I guess that's why we didn't.
Yeah.
Because he was on that not controlling, but he was.
I'm a man's man.
I'm a man's man. My thoughts is what's important, not yours, and things like that.
He wanted
So,
you to play the woman role.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
wasn't doing that.
That's what's with that?
Yeah.
I don't
With the
know.
Pisces men.
I mean, if he's gonna play the male role, then by all means.
And then talking
to you.
They need to do that. They need to
That's
to
the
walk.
problem.
To walk.
Yeah.
Not
Are
talk.
you-
They don't know how to talk to people. They talk down.
Some of them could be very condescending sometimes.
Yes.
And I've known a few, like we know a few of them.
Yeah, they can be very condescending sometimes.
Yeah.
I think Aquarian folks that I get along with them very, very well. Male,
Clearly,
clearly,
yes.
Show us the ring.
clearly, but they can be they're intellectual, male or female, and then they have their quirkiness. I think where I connect is that they have their quirky ways, weirdo syndrome, which I have equally.
they have a quiet one where yours probably. I feel like yours is probably a little bit more out.
I'm a little bit more out there with my weird stuff.
Aquarian?
No, he is not.
When I say
wait,
quiet, it's not like hush quiet.
No. I don't mean it that way either.
Which way you mean? Because
I mean,
go ahead.
your Aquarian is and very intellectual, like you said. He's very much sit back, listen, vibe out. And not even and then. He says what he needs to say when he needs to say it, but he's not going to talk too much.
Right, that's what I mean by quiet.
But all of them are like that.
But can I just say something? The younger version of him, he was very quiet. He was super quiet in environments that he's not familiar with. Because when he used to first come to my house, and he was, to your point, observing all my family members and our crazy asses, right? But he was super, like, to the point where people say he doesn't talk, and I'm like, not to you. Right. And I was okay with
But
that
it's
shit.
crazy,
Actually,
me, because I knew him before.
right.
He wasn't quiet around me and Daryl.
That's why I said in environments where he's not used to and accustomed to. He would his first modus operandi. He's gonna go in and he's gonna observe and see what's going on, and then he will.
That's the situation.
That
because
always.
I've seen both sides.
Yeah.
I've seen both sides where it's very quiet, watching, and then there's times where you're like very talkative.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I feel when they have something to say, they're going to say what they gotta say, whether it's like a quick little snippet or if it's a full-on spiel. I've always said about Aquarius that they
shit.
are the center of attention without wanting to be the center of attention. Like they just have that natural quality that attracts
people to
and they don't want it. They literally don't want it at all. But it's just something about Aquarius, especially Aquarius men. They always have that attraction.
They have
quality.
the aura. They have it, and I think they're a good time for sure. And sometimes their attitude, they can go to 0 to 1,000 like this. But no, I shouldn't say it's not. No. Sometimes it's not like this. It's a slow burn, but when they get to the 1,000, it's like you can't. How'd you get there? Can we reel it back?
Never
you know what I'm saying?
That.
So, but it is a slow burn. But then, but when it's there, it's there. But no, they're definitely a good time, and I think I like them because they get my weird. So that works for me.
I feel like they definitely have the quality of weird, both men and female. But I don't really see it as weird. I just feel like they're quirky. They're eclectic.
Quirky. And I think that's
and
cool.
I guess that's why, because you have an eclectic style.
So I like that. And I think for me as a Sag, we're just whimsical. We fly by the seat of our pants and see what happens. You know, you need that in your life. It's spice. It's adventure. You need that. But we're also quick with attitudes sometimes and quick to cut people off. Blunt. And our tongues are really bad. Bad, really.
I like that.
No, but sometimes it's really not good.
No.
But sometimes you just don't care.
Yeah, I like that. I feel like we need more of that in the world. Yeah. Everybody just needs to be themselves.
Say what you gotta fucking say.
Say what you gotta say.
Yeah. So, but I'll never date a Sag. I have.
You can't date just
yet. It would be a little bit.
It was horrendous. It was a good time, but it was really horrendous because we both. So I feel like with Aquarians, it's the yin and the yang.
A good balance.
It's a good balance, right? I think with us, it's too much. We're fighting, and we both can't. We can have really good fun, but then if there's something that throws us off, it's really bad because we're both standing on business, and we're not backing down.
Right.
So then that's the relationship's done.
I feel like that would be equivalent to a Capricorn dating a Capricorn because I do feel like Capricorns are typically a little bit of a subtle stubborn, but at the same time I feel like we know when to just give it up. I feel like when we're arguing with each other, it's just there's no giving it up. We're gonna keep arguing. It is what it is. So that's the only thing like I'm weary of, and just like experience what everybody else experiences when they date a Capricorn male. But I would honestly love to see what that would be like. I really do, because I feel like in the stage that I'm in right now, it might work out better than what I was in prior to. Because typically I'm a Taurus. I love me a Taurus, child.
But they don't always.
But they are the most stubborn people on
They're
planet Earth.
Very
They are the
bullish.
most argumentative people
But they're
on
very
planet Earth.
sweet
But,
as
But they're a good
they're
time too.
hilarious.
Yeah.
They're a good time.
They're
Male,
good
heart.
Yeah, they're good heart.
I love all Tauruses.
Yeah.
They're great.
They're good
They
I
just
get along with them.
they
very
stick to
well.
their-
But when
guns.
they
have a thought. That's it. That's their thought.
They
their,
love
their
a good
thought
argument.
process.
Yeah.
But they're a good time.
They love a good argument. It's
And-
crazy.
and
they love to debate.
They love to
do.
debate. But sometimes it is, I find as
They
they
get
get
a little-
older, they're like
They get a little like
their heads fast.
Yeah,
there,
they
you know.
come to like the philosophical side. So
Yeah.
my brother's a Taurus, and every conversation is a philosophical conversation.
But that's how Pisces
And it's
are like.
like-
Pisces
yes.
men are like that too.
Very philosophical conversations.
Yes.
Everything wants to be logical and like this is how it is, and it's because of this and because of that.
Conspiracy
I don't
theories.
want to have. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want to have those conversations all the time. And my younger brother and I always I gotta mentally prepare myself to know that this conversation is gonna go down the path of some type of conspiracy theory
Yeah.
and all. And you know, I mean, some of them be good conversations, but sometimes be like, listen,
That's not
that's not the kind. I don't want to
They're
have
a
it
good
today.
time. I'll tell you that.
They're
They're
a
a
good
fun
time.
time. It's a good time.
Aries.
Ooh, child.
I wouldn't date an Aries at all because first of all, let's no shade, no tea.
But I'm an
every
Aries
that I-
female, so it's different.
No. You guys are horrendous. Every Aries
why.
woman that I've met
Uh-huh.
is a complete and utter. Can I curse on this platform?
We
Yeah.
cursed and
Okay,
chat.
great.
You met
Because
me.
the Aries women that I've met have been bitches, complete bitches.
Okay.
Sorry, Pookie, but your sign, I don't know what's wrong with y'all.
But have I been
Arrogant.
nasty to you?
You haven't been nasty to me, but that's
Arrogance.
because I'm your family.
Okay.
The people that I meet, it's like, what is wrong with you?
Arrogant and
Do
petty.
you need to be popped in your head because you're so I would never date an Aries only because I've witnessed like how an Aries is in a relationship. I can't do it.
But female and male,
Both.
because you have.
I don't even want to be friends. I don't want to. I don't
But
want.
you're a friend with my Aries.
I could
Sorry.
be. Yeah, no, I
You're
would be
a friend with
friends.
my Aries.
Because of the dynamic. If I would have met him outside of the dynamic and he act the way that he acts with you,
In what way? Do tell.
But see, men are different, so yes.
sorry, Pookie. It's just the arguing, the acting like y'all know what y'all talking about when sometimes y'all really don't. That pisses me off because I'm the type of person that I'm going to say I told you so. Because
So,
you're
yeah.
going to look stupid
Yeah.
because I tried to tell you earlier and then you didn't want to listen.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to say I told you so.
So I did look up his and our sign.
Okay.
How
The
compatible.
Let's hear.
Yeah.
Let's hear.
So it says Scorpio and Aries are a dynamic duo, often drawn to each other's intensity and passion.
Yes.
The period can be both exhilarating and challenging is very true. But I feel like because of where we're at in our life and our stage, like we learn to sometimes step back and let the other one take whatever.
Yeah.
But, you know, it says, the mutual respect, both sides admire strength and determination. We're both very strong in our opinions and stuff like that. Intense passion, both are passionate and can ignite a fiery romance. Intellectual stimulation, both are intelligent and enjoy deep conversations. The challenges are jealousy and possessiveness. I don't have either one.
I don't see jealousy and possessiveness.
Not on my end.
Yeah, I haven't witnessed
Power struggle, both are strong-willed and can clash over control.
that. Yeah,
True.
all the time.
Communication issues, both can be stubborn and have difficulty expressing their feelings. True sometimes. To make this relationship work, both partners need to communicate openly and honestly. Regular, honest communication is essential, and I've learned that really from past relationships. So I went into this relationship saying I'm going to be a better communicator because I'm not a best communicator in terms, especially when I don't like conflict, right? So I learned to I have to speak up regardless. Respect each other's independence. I think we do that very well. Learn to compromise. We're getting there. We have moments. Embrace the intensity of passion between them can be powerful force, but they must learn to channel it in a positive way. Okay. So I think had we met younger, we wouldn't be together.
Yeah.
I don't know because I don't know how he was when he was younger.
I feel like he's been like this all his life.
But the thing is, he might have gotten worse. He might have gotten better. You don't know.
I don't know, but I feel like he's very strong-minded. He's very opinionated, and he's very vocal in most instances. But the thing that him and I are very different on is like, you guys tend to
I get looped into
because
this?
you're Aries.
You're an Aries.
And I've seen the similarities with y'all. Y'all tend to hold on to shit, and y'all could be very petty at times. And when I say very petty, it means like, okay, y'all remember something that happened yesterday, and you're gonna talk about it tomorrow.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'll see that.
Yeah,
Well, not with you. I haven't seen that.
not with you. Okay, the petty part, not with you.
Yeah,
but
I'm not petty.
He could be very.
I feel
very
like you're
petty.
more on the calmer end of an Aries. I don't know many Aries women, but the ones that I have met, I did not like at all. But I feel like.
But that's only because
you
you're
don't-
family.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't feel like I've seen the get buck Aries.
Oh, she can get bucked.
Oh, no, she got it.
I've never seen it.
Yeah,
No, but
she
see,
got
I
it.
was the one that would swing and ask questions later.
She definitely has
I
it.
mean, that personality trait, I can vibe with that. I can get down.
No,
with
I was
that.
on the
likes to get
craziest
bucked.
side.
I like
Yeah.
a little 0 to 100 girly pop, but I don't know. It's just something about the way that you guys speak to people
It
that
can
you
be a
don't
little-
necessarily know or have respect for. It's
I don't think they hear
don't-
themselves
I
sometimes.
don't really deal with disrespect very well. So like,
Okay.
even hearing if you were speaking to somebody disrespectfully for no absolute reason, I would have been like, Josie, calm it down, bring it out, because I don't like. things
Just
like
know that I don't let too many people call
We'll
me
bleep it out,
Josie.
we'll bleep it out. No, I would have said something because I know you.
Yes.
But like generally, I feel like a lot of Aries women just speak to people crazy, and it's like, why are you talking to them like that? It's disgusting. So
This is the first Aries I've dealt with. I've dealt with one Aries, one Pisces. I've dealt with a few Virgos. And that's probably it across the signs that I've actually... Oh, one Libra. And we got along well, too. But I love Libra, so...
No, Libras are cool.
yeah, Libras are a vibe. I don't know if I could date.
We got
seriously.
somebody in the audience.
A Libra. Yeah, I love a Libra, but I don't know if I could date one. I don't know. I've never had. Well, I went on like 2 dates with one Libra, but it wasn't like anything
I feel like they're a
crazy.
little
Never dated a
emotional,
Libra.
too, though. They have the
I
little
wouldn't be able to tell you.
emotions. I don't know. My mom was super
I feel like
emotional.
I'm attracted to Libras. I would love to
They're nurturers as well.
date one, but I don't see it happening. I say the same thing about Virgos. I would love to date a Virgo. I just want to see what their earth signs are giving, other than Tauruses, because me and Taurus get along very well.
Okay.
So I've never dated a Virgo. I've never dated a Libra. I never dated a Capricorn.
Okay.
But I think for Virgos, for me, I get more friend vibes from Virgos. I don't get romantic relationships, and it's quite sad because there is one that can be on my line. But I don't know.
So they say, okay, so earth signs, you mentioned earth signs. That's Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So you're earth sign.
Yeah, very grounded.
Water signs,
jeez.
Pisces.
Yes, absolutely.
Cancer,
But-
Scorpio, and Pisces are water signs.
I'm a fire sign.
Fire
Fire
sign.
sign,
Fire
Aries,
signs.
Leo, and Sagittarius. And air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius.
Aquarius.
Okay.
Now,
I couldn't
Okay.
date mines.
your own sign.
Yeah, we're good together in terms of having fun because we both kind of
Goes around the
observe.
same way.
Yeah, but dating each other, no, that wouldn't work. And Aries men are crazy.
So you don't think women are crazy?
I know I'm crazy, so two crazies, and
So-
they're
Yeah.
usually
You need a
crazier.
little balance.
Gotta need a balance. That ain't gonna work.
So I was looking at it, Kira. It says air and fire signs often are a good match. Both elements are energetic, enthusiastic, and they can inspire and motivate each other. So there you go.
We work
So I
together
gravitate
well.
to Pisces, which is a water sign, but we don't.
That's your go-to sign that you typically.
But no, but you said,
I do
but that's
Leos.
air.
Leos
Leo.
are supposed to be a
Air
perfect
sign,
match
you
for
know,
me.
child. Are you
that's
listening?
a lot of.
So she's
Yeah.
a
She's a fire.
she's a fire sign.
She's a fire. So
Okay.
it's like me. So
So-
air and fire.
air and fire.
So you need air, and you need the air. You need an Aquarius.
Yeah.
Why
So
do you have
so
Gemini
so
there?
so air and earth, as mentioned above, the combination can be a good match. Air and water can be a complex relationship. Air signs' intellectual focus can clash with water signs' emotional depth. However, they can learn from each other and create a balanced partnership. Air and fire often, I read that.
Yeah, so it's air and fire is like a good combination. I don't know because like the Aquarius, yes, Gemini.
The devil in the
Yeah.
flesh.
No, but they're a good time.
Stand. You know what I
Excellent
realized?
time, but
They're-
After years and decades of despising Geminis from the pits of my soul, I realized that Geminis and me are only meant for a short little period of time. And I need to just enjoy them while they're there. And then when they're gone, they're gone. But I cannot vibe with the Gemini for life. Like, it's just never going to be a lifetime thing for me.
Huh.
Yeah. Unless, I'm forced
expect the
by
call from my
blood.
brother.
So tell us more about your take on Gemini outside of the fact that you guys are not compatible.
Well,
For long
I
term.
have more experience with Gemini friends over relationships. I went on a date with a Gemini. I was very reluctant. I said, I don't know about you guys. But I went on the date anyways. And I feel like for me, I can go on a date with anybody and it's going to be a vibe because I am the vibe. But friendship wise, it's really good when it's good. And it's terrible when it's bad. Like, it's just, there's no in between.
So
I feel like they're very...
Like, you start out good, but when it ends, it's going to end horribly.
Yeah. Like, there's no discussion where we could, like, work things out. There's nothing that's going to fix it. It's just, we're done. And I just feel like I am like that generally with any type of relationship. So it doesn't even matter if you're a Gemini or not. But for Gemini specifically, I feel like I was very burned by them throughout life. That I just have, like... a nasty feeling when it comes to them. Like, whenever somebody tells me they're a Gemini, I'm like,
Ciao.
I don't know. But I give them a chance now. So I just don't expect much from them. Like, I expect very wishy-washy.
But that's...
I think they're very indecisive.
They are. But you can say the same thing about Libras. You can say the same thing about Virgos. They're all indecisive, but it's the way in which they deal with their indecisiveness. They are not honest with both parties, or they're just not, they're very, what is the word? They omit information that they don't have to omit.
For sure. Very secret. So, my son, your brother's a Gemini.
I'm aware.
But I have a girlfriend who's a Gemini, and I find her to be, Renee. I find her to be very decisive. Okay. Like, she's very like, are we doing this or not? Which I was very shocked and taken aback by her, because my experiences with Geminis is like, they're just like, they don't, either they make a decision and they'll commit and they'll back out with no problem.
Okay.
Easy peasy. Like, okay, I decided I don't want to do this anymore.
But that's like also annoying, because it's like,
it is annoying.
Because you're dealing with two personalities.
That's not my problem. Figure it out. Put two and two together and
I got time.
make
But
some
don't, like, I mean, but it'd be at the 5th hour. I don't want to do this anymore.
When
like,
I'm already dressed,
serious?
ready to go, what are you talking about? Like, the car started.
Right.
I'm already en route. You can't talk about canceling plans. It's crazy.
So, another sign that I get along with real bad. Like, real. We good.
Locked in, tight like a booty hole.
We tight. Leos.
Really?
And that's because of their fiery way, right? So they're like the laughter, the fun, the gotta be out there. They're very narcissistic for sure.
Yes,
for sure. But I think there's an element of Sagittarius that has I don't want to say narcissistic, but we're very confident.
Right?
Confident and narcissism is not the same.
No, it's not the same. But like, what I'm not gonna let you do is try to be trying to put me down. To big yourself. Like,
Leos always have to be entitled, and it's their way or no way.
I don't know.
Listen,
there's only one side to a story.
We have lots of Leos and Virgos in our family, and I've experienced a lot on both
They're good
sides.
times,
that statement.
Yes.
I have a good time with a Leo.
Certain Leos,
but when we argue, when we argue, it's going down.
It's nasty.
It's a rough.
I feel like certain Leos are definitely narcissistic, but I feel like other ones are very. I'm gonna big myself up. Like, they're what you want to be. Because they're nothing's gonna shake sides.
And I've seen with one aunt definitely they big themselves up, and it is still a whole way or no way situation. And there's the other aunt who's very narcissistic.
I honestly don't know who you're talking
about. I'm not mentioning their names.
And this is my child.
Because they listen.
I know one, but I don't know which one the other one is.
Listen, here's the thing. they're very much what I love about them.
And I had a girlfriend who was a Leo too.
What I love about them, and because I love about people that can big themselves up and think highly of themselves, I like people that have that confidence within themselves, right?
But it's nothing wrong with that.
And they'll take a chance.
It's nothing wrong with that when you don't make other people feel bad.
But that's the thing. So then I feel like you have to like buck back and be like, no, bitch, it ain't that.
I've never experienced until you tell me who you're talking about. I've never experienced another Leo from what I've known put somebody down because they're bigging themselves up. Like the Leos that I've met and known are very much like, you ain't gonna tell me about myself.
Yes,
because I know who I am.
Because they just
I would say
they do it subtle.
I would say both aunties I'm talking about. They never put people down. They are very confident in who they are.
Yes,
but one uses it to it's like they have entitlement issues.
Yes.
And it's their way or no way.
Yes.
And they don't care.
As they shouldn't. Listen, I don't get mad at people doing what they want. Like, not the entitlement part, the not caring part. If you don't care, then girl, by all means, don't care.
I'm okay with that part, but it's the entitlement piece that gets me, and it's like you cannot be that way.
Entitled in what way exactly? Like
that if I want it this way, and this is how I want it, this is how I'm going to get it, and this is how you're going to give it to me. Period.
I don't know. I've never experienced that.
We'll chat offline.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't know who we talking
I'll
about.
give you the inside shit offline.
What is the
We
tea?
might need to.
And then
one listens, but
we talked about Leos, Libras. We talked briefly about Libras. Libras, Libras
are the vibe. I feel like Libras are very loving. There's no negative. I feel like there's really nothing negative that you can say about Libras. I feel like there are negative opinions out there in the world. I've heard
they seem to say that they're indecisive, but I don't think that's true.
And then I've heard that they be calling them liars now. I heard that.
No, they're no.
I heard about the indecisiveness, but
not because my mom's a Libra and
Libras.
That's Libras.
They call them Libras.
No, there are. I know some that are liars, baby. When I tell
somebody I know,
you don't know none of them. You don't know. I know some that are. When I tell you, they be fibbing for no fucking reason.
That's Virgo.
Like what is wrong with you? Why you gotta for no reason?
One Virgo does that.
Okay, one Virgo.
And you know what? That's an October
Leos are
Libra
pathological liars. At least they can.
I know a couple of Virgos that do that.
No, Leos.
Oh,
they can lie, but this one is a late October
I know
Leo.
who could do that too.
Lie.
Everybody could lie.
No, but for no reason.
For no reason.
Like what you doing? Like to big
and
up
then
a
you
whole,
gonna lie on people
story.
and don't let them know that they be
That's
placed
crazy.
in the lies.
Yeah,
I
that's
personally
crazy.
have never experienced a lying Libra. I have no negative things to say about a Libra. All my Libra people I've met have been wonderful.
Yeah,
sorry to the people that have liars in their life. But
Yeah, no.
No, we said Leos, not Libras.
Libras,
talking about Libras.
yeah. But no, but I think
on point.
but I think overall I get along well with whether you're lying or not because they're a good time. They're a good time. You haven't and they like to show up and show out and I love that little extra
And
stuff.
they have their own personality. Like
I love that
nothing is
extra.
going to change who they are. Yeah,
I love that.
And they want to make a great experience for whoever.
Yes, I love
they're
all of
also
that.
very genuine.
Yes.
Okay. The snapping.
So when they get crossed, it's a big thing because
even still when they do, they don't react in a way that it's like expected. Like they still are very nice. It's crazy.
You know what they talk it up because they're angry. They'll talk it up, but to me,
to their close people,
but they won't
retaliate.
They're perfect. They're perfect for humble
Scorpios
pie.
are like that
They're
too.
very humble.
Yes, humble pie.
Listen,
Scorpios will show you that you have an attitude.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you'll know I have an attitude.
Libras will be like, "Hey, how are you?"
Oh no, I won't do that. You'll know I have an attitude.
It's just who they are.
But it won't be like I'm not gonna sit there and try to act revenge on you and none of that shit. Like bye, deuces, peace.
So now, when I was younger, I want to cut your throat.
No.
Yeah,
so that's the problem with Sagittarius. No, for sure.
It's not
we go from,
but it's more so like
deep. We got to take it to hell.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you what you deserve.
No, we got to take it to we don't go low. We going to hell, and I'm taking you down. And I'm dragging you. I'm dragging you on the ground. Your fucking teeth are on the floor,
and
I don't care. I'm like, take that, you motherfucker. You. That's the problem with us.
Serious.
That is the problem.
And
anger
that's
issue.
why we get along
Both of
so
y'all.
well.
I don't
Y'all
have
got,
anger issues.
yes, you do.
I
Nah.
have
not
issues
angry.
with
I'm a
people who
nice
make me
person.
angry.
I'm nice.
So make sure when you get it in there, you go up and twist.
I'm actually
yes.
What's wrong with y'all?
For real.
Y'all so violent. Oh my
Twist me.
lord.
But I'm not like that anymore.
And I love all of them. I
You're
love
not a
all
crash
the
out.
zodiac signs.
That's what the kids
I know they
You're
say
not a crash
the
out.
kids say crash out. There was times that Sagittarius man I dated, I crashed out
As you should.
to the point he
A man
called.
will do it.
He called the house. I was out his door. Give back my shit. Banging on his door. He said my grandmama's sleeping. I was like,
Not
fuck her.
Granny.
Fuck her and fuck you too. Give me my. I didn't give a damn.
Big
Fuck your
Mac.
grandma. I mean that shit. I meant that shit. I banged. The people were coming out the thing. I was banging on. They was like, "What's going on? Get your fucking ass in that room. Close your door. Fuck
Right.
yeah. Give me my shit."
Grandma didn't do nothing
I
to
don't.
you.
She caught a stray.
Yeah.
Clearly.
I didn't care. I didn't give a fuck about it. I was like, I hope she died. That's the problem. We say I'm telling you, I was bad.
Yes.
You guys,
I said it all.
Oh, so y'all got nasty mouths and
That's
Virgos
crazy.
have nasty
Yeah,
mouths.
yeah, for sure.
Virgos have to be
For
pushed
sure.
to the limits.
But when they get there,
It's over.
But it takes a lot for
Ooh,
them
but
to
when they
get
get
pushed
there-
to the limits. So I understand.
No.
You don't
What?
agree?
Virgos?
No, when they get angry, they get angry.
the stuff
No, I've
seen
anger,
that's
but-
spewed out of their
No, no,
mouth,
I guess because
They
my
will-
sister,
they will-
she's not like
they
that.
can
so.
beat you
That's
verbally
you
than they
gotta get
can
her.
physically. They can beat
Yeah,
you
yeah,
verbally
for
than they
sure.
can do
For
physically.
Yeah, I can see that
For
from
sure.
her when she
What-
did decide to talk.
What I do like about Virgos though, they are very good at reading people.
Yes.
They will read somebody down
Yes.
within knowing them for like 3 hours.
Yes.
They will read them very, very good and then tell you, like if you're close, whatever, they'll tell you, and you won't see it for weeks to a month to a year. It's crazy. They're so good at reading people, but they are very like, once you get them to that point, like one of my besties, she's a Virgo. She's like the
I
last
just
person
never
that's gonna go
experienced.
off. It'll be me. It'll be
But
the
when
leader
she go
bestie,
off?
and then it'll be the Virgo, and then the Virgo goes off. Call the
Try.
cops.
Yeah,
Call the
yeah.
cops because somebody's getting
Because they're
murdered.
quiet, but then
Yeah.
But
My
I get
sister's
along with
very
them.
they're that
quiet.
little lethal weapon.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, child.
Silent killer.
So usually I get along with Virgos. Period.
Yeah,
But there are times where sometimes they can't take my energy.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can get when they rah and have a good time, we can have a good time. But then
Right.
sometimes in their quiet period, I'm too much for them. So I'm talking
can see
about
that.
the women,
Yeah.
not so much
Yeah.
the men. I can't speak to the men, but I think.
I can see that.
But the women, it's like I'm too much. Like you're too turned up, and I don't really want to be there. But I do
Do you think
get
it
along.
bothers them, or you
I don't.
think it's just?
I don't really don't care, but
Period.
but I just know that there's sometimes we're good. We're good when we're good, and then when we're not, we're not. Now I can work with them because that level of detail, they're meticulous,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
love and respect that.
Yes.
Right. So where I'm less
I agree.
structured, they
Yeah.
can reel me in. Where I'm more on the creative
They're gonna make
side
sure
and
all-
thinking about all the creative and we can do this and this. They're gonna be like,
They're
okay,
gonna
so
get you, figure out how to get you
and
there.
similar to like Libras, where I can be creative, like okay, so let me like tick tock. So I love that structure of
I
what
do
they
feel
bring
like
for us.
That's one of their downfalls, though.
The structure.
takes
Because they're
long.
so like.
Oh yeah, it sometimes
very
takes them long
slow.
to make a decision.
Not even. They don't even try and see the other side of
I agree with
things.
that, yeah.
It's-
'Cause they're
Yeah.
laser
it's one of
focused
their-
on-
See,
Yeah.
that's how I
Yeah.
feel about
Those
Leos.
details.
I don't-
What the
They're saying that we're like there's only one side or there's only one story or there's only one plan.
Yeah, I said
And
But
the same
that's
thing.
like more on an argumentative side. I feel
Not
like
even just
Not
argumentative,
thinking
it's just
they're so
overall
they're. I
personality.
find them to be very regimented. The ones that I've known,
Virgos.
Leos.
Yes.
Okay.
Be very regimented, and if something's gonna try and take them out of their routine,
they messes them
it
up.
messes
I
them
don't.
up.
I feel like Leos are more spontaneous than
They-
Virgos.
They're spontaneous.
Not the ones that I
but-
know. Not the ones that I've known.
The ones I know are very spontaneous,
Yeah.
and they're very much about their appearance. They very
Yes.
much want to be
Yes.
the extraness. I love
Yeah.
I love
There's
that.
only one doesn't like that. The others are
Yeah.
not like
I love the
that.
extra.
You take them out there.
And but this
they
goes
lose
back
it.
to my saying, like I feel like yes, there's some truth to astrology, but I think there's some things that are just not always the case because there's other factors that play into
That
how
person's
you are as a
ability to
person.
show up. Yeah.
Right.
And as that zodiac sign.
That's why
Yeah.
what you said hurt my feelings because
I'm
I'm
sorry,
not like
Cookie.
that.
I
exhibiting her sensitive sides as an Aquarius.
Yes. Aries.
I don't know you in any other setting other than familial settings.
Yeah.
So I'm saying if I would have met you and I wouldn't have been a part of your family, I probably would have felt the same way.
So the Aries that you've known, you didn't find them to be caring and giving and wanting to be helpful to, because
I don't think I've ever gotten that deep because the surface level is something I already don't like.
Because I do find them to be very caring people, and they give.
Sorry.
They give up themselves sometimes more than they should.
The calmer side of things.
And granted, I still only had experience with 2 so far, but my experience with them, they've been very caring and giving
from
and
the
very
two
thoughtful.
that I'm currently around, but again, it's because of how I met them.
They still stubborn though.
I could see the very much. I'm going to do it my way and whatever.
Sure. Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about.
For sure.
Yes, that's true.
I see that.
For sure.
But I don't see the.
You have to really prove them that they're wrong. Like you have to show them that they're wrong.
You're Aryan, and I don't feel that.
If you can't show them that they're wrong, they will not think they're wrong.
I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you because if I know I'm right, I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you.
And that's a Capricorn.
So you can sit here and argue by yourself. That's why
y'all
I
also
like
think y'all right sometimes too.
all the time.
See,
but at the same time, Capricorns don't say anything unless they know what they're talking about.
Not always.
I will never. Well, for me personally, I will never speak up and not know what I'm talking about. And then, if I do happen to do that, which is very rare, I'll admit my wrongdoing. I'm not gonna be stupid and wrong. But it's very rare for me to speak on a subject. I have no clue what I'm saying.
You're an exception, darling.
I can't. I'm not gonna be stupid.
I've seen a few that were like, where'd you get that from?
Who?
I'm not naming names.
Child, let's get to the nitty gritty.
So did we cover all the signs? I think we did. What did we miss? We covered Cancer briefly.
Capricorn, Aquarius.
Pisces.
Pisces.
We talked about Pisces.
Gemini.
Aries.
Taurus, Gemini.
Taurus. Cancer.
So we talked about Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn,
Cancer,
Scorpio, Pisces, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra. We talked about them all.
Right, my question to y'all was, out of all those signs, who would you say that you can't really stand typically? And who do you typically get along with?
Who I can't stand?
Pisces. That's from personal experience.
It's
I'll
a
never
gift and
ever
a
do it
curse.
again in my life. Well, I take that back. My Pisces female friends, I'm perfectly fine and cool with. I will never date a Pisces ever again in life.
Okay.
Period.
I cannot
can't
be
say
controlled.
that 'cause-
I cannot be controlled.
I feel you, baby.
Technically, my compatibility has been with Leos. The sexual energy is just off the chain.
Period.
Yes. Intellectually, we get each other.
Okay.
But it's the headstrong piece that makes
I
us
thought you
bump
guys can work
heads.
through that.
Majority of the time, but they're on the more of they want to be controlling, and I'm not a person that likes to be controlled in that way. So
So do you think with maturity these things can change? Like these little stereotypical things can change, right?
You guys were talking about
Nope.
I don't remember what sign you guys were saying. As they got older, I think it was Taurus. They get more philosophical. The Taurus I deal with, we don't have philosophical conversations, but we do have deep conversations where it's like we're talking about our lives and our experiences, whatever. But it's never like conspiracy theory or philosophical. We don't have those conversations. But I do feel like we have like meaningful conversations. It's not surface level. So like I feel like the maturity and the age definitely changes things. Yeah, I can say that. Just from your experience with the Taurus, I don't get that.
Yeah, that's my brother.
Yeah.
And my older brother's a Gemini as well, and I know they're very, very particular. They want everything in place, order, whatever. Don't mess up their stuff or whatever.
For sure. Yeah, definitely.
OCD.
That's male or female.
Yeah. And I just remember his damn comic books. He used to kill me with these fucking comic books.
That's your child and his games.
And yes, my son and his games. Same. That every day. So remind me of each other. But I think he's very decisive. When he makes his decision, he's going home for a decision. My son's still not there yet. So I'm thinking, I don't remember my brother being as indecisive as in his younger age, but I feel like my son hopefully will get to a point where he's going to be very decisive and move forward with his decision once he made up his mind. I feel like my brother's already there.
Okay.
I think, like I said, I feel like if I had met my partner back then, we probably wouldn't be together because of he's very, very strong-minded, and so am I. I just don't think we would have made it because we didn't have the communication style that we have today to talk through those different things and respect each other's where they're strong at and where they're not strong at. So
I think that
makes a difference. It does make a difference.
Yeah.
So experience can, because if they've been burned in the past with how you communicated, it's going to help you. Hopefully, if you learn from you, like, okay, let me pivot and do something a little bit different. So I think that's Gemini's. I mean, listen, I think for me, any sign, if you having a good time, I'm here for a good time, not a long time, but a good time. So be good. You know, that's it.
Yeah.
I get along with Gemini because they can have fun. They can, but I think that once again, when I turn up, too much is too much for them. Sometimes, and it's okay.
I just don't. I can't.
I can't say I haven't gotten along with any one specific sign. I just know who
Well,
I
Pisces,
probably
I told you,
I
know, sometimes we're
I just know who I can never be in a dating.
I can only say the
situation with.
one is, and it's surprising because you're a Scorpio, but there's other Scorpio women that I grew up with that we did not get along.
Oh, I get along very well with Scorpios.
So I just
For
thought it
sure.
was interesting that we clicked so well, but I didn't click with them.
But I think we butt heads too. We have our little strengths. We have our little
You
power
guys
struggles.
be talking to you.
We have our little
crazy.
power struggles.
Not to the
point where it's
Not to the
not
point where
disrespectful.
No, I'm big on vibes, and you guys all know that. So
Because I'm a
usually,
chill.
Child, when I
The
be
vibes
sitting in
I've
on y'all
gotten-
little meetings, I'd be like, ooh, child, 'cause if it was me, Lamb stop shot.
No, y'all crazy. You crazy. No, I get along with Scorpios. I think because of the fire, they may not be a fire sign, but they do have a little fire in them, right?
Yeah.
So, and then the party
There's
time,
apparently,
you know. So we
like
have a
3
time.
different versions. I watched this TikTok the other day. It's like 3 different versions of each sign, where if you're closer to the sign prior to you and then closer to the sign after you, you kind of have those characteristics of the sign
And that's
prior.
where I'm at. Like I'm on the considered the cusp.
Yeah.
You're on the
of a
cusp of a Sag, and I'm on
Yeah.
the cusp of a Capricorn.
Right.
So that's why I think for me, a December Sag and for sure a November Sag, we're completely different. And I will even argue and say the early December Sag is a little bit more sensitive in nature than I am. Right?
Because they're closer to you.
I'm a little bit more rough around the edges.
That's probably why I'm probably a little bit more sensitive.
I realize now
other
it's
Scorpios.
because you're a November, and the Octobers is the ones that I was having issues with.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you guys feel like your signs are understood by a lot of people or no? Like, do you feel like when you tell people your sign, they understand the type of person you are or no?
I
think
don't
for
know.
me,
If they're into that, but if they're not,
more
then
general,
Yeah, they gotta be into it. Because I think sometimes Sagittarius, we get a bad rap because we're like, they say
Same.
Sagittarius,
Yeah.
you know.
Same thing with
sure
the
are.
Aries, yeah.
But but there is an element. I agree to that.
You know what?
But, no, I'm talking about Sagittarius. I'm talking about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So I think it all depends. If you're into astrology, like I had an aunt who used to be, she's no longer with us, but she used to be like heavy into everything you're talking about is very familiar to me. That was what she did. So I've always been a believer. And I just think that if someone is cognizant of what's out there about astrology and the stars and all that stuff, then they will see some similarities about different people. If you're not into it, you're not gonna be on that vibe, you know.
So I'm curious, recently or lately, the 13
Oh, yeah.
month.
There's
So
another
now
planet.
yes. So are you?
I'm
familiar?
apparently a Sagittarius now with the 13th planet.
And
So
apparently
what would I
I'm
be?
a
You have to
a
look at it.
Pisces now.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
ain't subscribing to that shit. I'm a Sag. Sag gang.
Aries all day. Yes.
Well, I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Yes.
much for sharing
thank you for joining us.
your
Yes.
knowledge with us and just
Sure.
knowledge.
Yes.
I ain't got nothing. I can't
She
cheer.
can't cheers. No empty glass cheers over here.
We
Yes.
love these types of conversations. And I know that you're not a specialist per se, but
I am.
but
You gave us a lot of
Expertise.
insight.
but
Yes.
you gave us something. So thank you
Thank
for
you.
joining.
Yes. Thank
Till
you.
next time, get your Sagittarius. Stay away from us. Bye.